about 15 minutes.
Oh. Quirky, funky little computer with rubberized keys. Good evening, everyone. I'm out here on Friday night in Sheffield. I would expect it to be a busy one. I'm out on Deliveroo and UberEats. Hope to be out for a couple of hours and we'll see how much we make in that time. But like the last few videos I've done, I want to really talk about technology. The last couple I've been doing kind of reviews. The one about the Lenovo Legion Go and one about the Insta Mic Pro Plus in the previous one. So yeah, what I want to talk about today really is not any specific technology. I just want to talk slightly nostalgic general terms about technology. And I was thinking the other day about the technology that's really mattered to me over the years. Now, obviously, there are certain types of technology that everyone has loved, or sort of big tentpoles in technology history, sort of Apple Macs and iPads and various other things, Nokia phones, etc. But everyone's own individual technology journey is different, and it often depends on many things. It depends on where you're born, your geography, how much money you've got, what you use technology for. Is it for entertainment? Is it for work? And so sort of technology hits in different ways depending on who you are. So I think I just wanted to talk about what technology has really mattered to me over the years. The technology that's kind of sort of blown my mind or opened my eyes to how technology can be used, or just technology that you had that kind of grand desire to own, the kind of technology that you were endlessly clicking the refresh button on the delivery service to see when it's going to arrive. So it's a sort of a quirky personal journey through my own tech, the tech that kind of made me, really. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one because it's not too far away. So this first one, we've got £6.63, I think it was, coming in from Deliveroo. We'll keep a running total as we go. Not sure how far we've got to go. We've got to do 2 deliveries, I think. Hi there. Sorry. Hi there. Do you have 3010 and 973?
I think it's cancelled both of them. They'll be about 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really sorry about that.
That's okay. No problem. Okay. Well, that wasn't a great start to the evening. Immediately, we had an order cancelled. In fact, we had both orders cancelled. So let's hope that's not a sign of how things are going to go on. Okay. Got another order coming, £5 from a pizza place. Okay. So after that kind of full start with a cancelled order, one coming. Hopefully this one will be actually going through. Yes, sure. Let me just check. It is 7131. Okay. Okay. Can you make sure you put it in that way, yeah? That's weird. I've never seen that before. I've never seen them take your bag before. Yeah. Strange. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, or not. They just don't want you going in the shop. Okay, I'm gonna have to scan it anyhow. So I'm gonna have to open it up. It's okay. I mean, I can do it if you want, but yeah. I just need the thing. Yeah, that's it. All right, we're done. Perfect. Okay, let's get off to that first order then. So yeah, so let's talk about sort of tech that's kind of mattered to me over the years, and I'm going to be kind of skipping around a little bit here. A lot of this is from memory, so I might not remember things sequentially or remember everything at all. The first device that made me kind of love technology was back in my early teens when my parents gave me a ZX Spectrum computer. And anyone of a certain age and who comes from the UK will know about sort of ZX Spectrum. It was this quirky, funky little computer with rubberized keys, kind of released in the early 80s, I think. And you know, was certainly in comparison to other computers was pretty underpowered, but for kids of that time it was the kind of cheapest, and so built this huge following among kids, and you know, became the device to have in the playground for swapping games and things like that. And of course you convince your parents you got it because you needed to learn how to program and all that kind of stuff, which you never did. But this was the device that made me fall in love with computer games, and there was loads of fantastic ones on there. There was a company called Ultimate Play the Game who used to make loads of really good games. I think they later became Rare. Company made things like GoldenEye and Sea of Thieves and stuff like that. But there's loads of other great games, Manic Miner and Match Day and Batman Head Over Heels. Fantastic stuff. You know, and it was all on tape, the games, so you had to kind of load them in. You had that very familiar loading sound. And of course, piracy was rife with this thing. You know, people used to get, you know, tape to tape copiers, and you know, if one of your mates had one of those, they could pirate these things at will and get the games. So there was a lot of that going on. But I also did buy quite a lot of games as well, and there was just so many fantastic ones. And you know, they've left such a legacy, the Spectrum. I think it contributed hugely to the video game industry in the UK. You know, companies like Codemasters, who are kind of big companies now, you know, they were sort of making these sort of cheap knockoff games for the Spectrum. And like I said, some of these companies like Ultimate went on to become quite big publishers these days. But it was a tremendously fun computer to play on and to play with other people with. There's so many great games where you could just, you know, connect, you know, two joysticks and play with each other, or sort of take it in turns to play something. And some of the football games and the sort of athletics games were fantastic. I remember wasting a whole summer playing a terrible Spectrum game called Micro Olympics with a friend of mine. It was beautiful summer, it was sunny outside, but me and my buddy just, you know, spent day after day indoors, in darkened room, curtains drawn, so we could see the screen, playing this awful game. But at the time, it just seemed like the best thing on the planet. So I think that bred my kind of love of games, really. And over the years, I've had various computers and consoles especially. And I think that was the next one that really, you know, although I did have a few consoles in between this, the one that really hit home for me was the Sega Megadrive. And I think this was one that I had when I was at university, and got me through, you know, a lot of nights there. You know, I wasn't that sociable at university for various reasons. Wasn't quite the experience that I was expecting. You know, it was, for the time, the sort of graphics were mind-blowing. Such a big leap over what had come before. And again, playing sort of driving games, and I remember a game called Road Rash, which was fantastic. It was like a motorbike game, sort of ironically. And things like John Madden football and ice hockey, and you know, just loads of games I just had so much fun with. And like I said, it was one of those machines that kind of got you through a time when you weren't perhaps enjoying your life. I think technology does that for you. It can be a great consolation when things aren't going so well. All right, mate. There's your first one. Here's your second ticket. Oh, just grab your code off here as well. 55. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Okay, we've got another one coming in for about £4. Looks like quite a short one. Okay, this is a nice, quick and easy and close one. Just got to get to it. Never been to this place before. I think the problem is if you're a bit too close to a restaurant, it means you've got the order a bit too quickly. Often they're not ready with it. Sometimes it's just luck that you're really close. Alright mate, you've got order 7228.
7228.
Yeah, cheers.
Not a very big one.
Oh cheers, that's no problem, as long as they pay me. Okay, order's coming in quite nicely now, so that's the second one I've picked up in about half an hour or so. So this one's sort of £4 for, you know, maybe 1.7 miles. This is the kind of orders you want. Yes. There you go. 98. Let me just. Thank you so much. Cheers. Okay, I've got another one coming in. Straight away, £4. Where's that one going? Let's go and do that one. So close. Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. There we go. Order number 3 coming up. Another £4. So we're looking already at £13, I reckon. £13, £14 in less than an hour, which isn't too bad. Although you kind of expect that on a Friday night. But yeah, a couple of interesting incidents this evening. We had first time that someone has taken my bag away from me and sort of packed it myself, and I felt a bit weird about that because it's kind of our property really, isn't it? So I do understand, particularly if it's a small restaurant, that they don't want loads of people with big bags kind of knocking around and bumping into things, possibly knocking things over, but yeah, I don't know how people feel about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that really. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with someone just saying, well, I'm taking your property and, you know, I'll do whatever with it. Do you think I should have let them have it, or maybe ask them to kind of bring it out to you? Would have made more sense there. Yeah, and then that one there was delivering to like a pottery class or something. I mean, we have to blur that out for the customers' faces, but they're kind of in the middle of some, you know, mug making activity, and ordered food to go with it, which is quite interesting. Didn't even know you could do that here. Alright mate, here you go. Can I get your code off you?
55.
55, thanks so much. Have a great evening. Thanks for the tip as well, much appreciated. But yeah, it's been pretty brisk and decent so far. I think some of that is now being on Deliveroo, and Deliveroo do seem to pay markedly better. I did get an email through this week from the kind of union, the Deliveroo Union, GMB, GWB, something like that, saying that they kind of negotiated a sort of a minimum sort of hourly fee, I think, for Deliveroo. I don't know exactly how that works. It must be kind of an estimated thing, because it's not as though they're paying you an hourly rate, but maybe it's a sort of a increased per ride fee or something that ensures that you get at least a reasonable amount within a certain time frame. Okay, let's try this one then. This is an Uber Eats one. Let's see what I get here. Okay, This is a really quick order. Like I say, this is the ideal Uber Eats order. It's kind of £3 for about less than a mile. Hello, how are you? I've got an order for.
So sorry, maybe next one with the Uber because today we have closed the restaurant.
Oh, have you?
It's so strange.
Okay, let me just see if I can put that as a problem. So it's today it's closed. Okay, I just put restaurant closed. Okay, no problem. That's okay. No problem. Bye bye. Okay, so that wasn't the perfect Uber Eats order, despite what I said, because the restaurant was closed. Guy was very nice about it. Alright, we'll see what else we can pick up. So you've got an order coming in there from Uber Eats, £4.75 for 4.2 miles. So, nope, I'm not going to do that. It's going to take quite a long time. Looking at least kind of 20 minutes, and it could take you into the middle of nowhere, and then it takes you ages to get back in. Okay, same thing again. Uber Eats £7.52 for 6 miles, but it's 2 deliveries. So I'm going to reject that one as well because utter waste of time. Ooh, there we go. There's a nice biggie. We have got. We're going out to Drumfield though, still it's 14 quid. I don't think we can pass this one up. That is a chunky old order, and the restaurants are just around this corner here. Alright mate, 4196, cheers. Hmm. 1 minute, you said. Not really. Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. Let's just scan it. There we go. Thank you so much. So yeah, the next restaurant is literally like 100 yards down this road. Okay, I'll just park here, which is probably illegal, but doesn't matter. Hi there, can I order 9131? Thank you. Yep, cheers. Thank you so much. Perfect, thank you. Have a great evening. Bye-bye. Okay, let's get off to these 2 orders now. Like I said, these are the kind of orders that Deliveroo do give you that Uber Eats don't. This is kind of £14 for about 6 miles, which is pretty good. The one thing it is going to take me quite a bit out of Sheffield, but it kind of feels worth it for that amount, really. You're kind of really getting outside of Sheffield here, almost towards Chesterfield. But you know, this is going to take me 10 minutes to get there, maybe an extra 5-10 after for the next one, so 20 minutes, and you're taking out 14 quid. I don't know if this is this new Deliveroo deal kicking in when they have to pay a certain amount, but if it is, I'm very, very happy. That's going to mean I've been out for maybe an hour and a quarter and already made £28, which is really good. But still, this kind of longest drive will give me a chance to chat about the next bit of tech that really mattered to me. I think this next one is really a mobile phone, not the iPhone or anything like that, or some of the kind of early mobile phones like the Nokias, etc. I do know that most people's first mobile phones are always quite an experience, but you know, I think I had the usual first few smallish candy bar phones, the kind of early Nokias or Siemens I think I had as well. But I think the first one that opened my eyes to the whole concept of a smartphone, and this was pre iPhone days was a Sony Ericsson phone called the P910. I think it's that. There are several in the range, but I think it was kind of the third one. And I was living in a country called Kyrgyzstan at the time. I was working for a charitable organisation over there, and I picked this up secondhand from this kind of department store. It was super expensive, new, but I managed to get kind of a secondhand one there, and it was in pretty good nick. And it was my first kind of smartphone, even though it wasn't running sort of Android or iOS. It was running this earlier operating system called Symbian, and it was a really quirky little quirky big phone. Really, it felt really chunky in the hands. It was really comfortable in the hands. It had this weird kind of flip down sort of keyboard, so you had kind of a normal alphanumeric keyboard, but then you could kind of flip it down and it would have a full QWERTY keyboard. But this QWERTY keyboard was the smallest thing. You could only really use a sort of fingernails or something to hit it. It was almost impossible. It did come with a stylus, so you could kind of use that to hit it. But it was just, it did so many different things, you know, and it felt like the first truly sort of multifunctional device. So I used it as a music player. I used it for making notes. It took decent photographs as well. I felt so sophisticated with this thing in my hand. I loved it. I loved the way it felt. I loved the way it looked. I'd love to know what was the kind of first phone that, you know, really meant something to you and was meaningful to you. Certainly over the last few weeks with the better weather, you're getting a lot of people coming out on their motorbikes. You know, the kind of casual biker going out in the sun, going out for a drive in the countryside. And you'll notice as I go past them, you can't really probably see it because you can't see my head, but I try to kind of nod to them as I think you're supposed to. I did read somewhere that, you know, bikers are supposed to nod to each other. In a sort of a collegiate way. But you don't get that many nods back, I'm finding. A few of them you do. And again, I heard that there was a bit of sort of snobbery around, you know, delivery drivers on motorbikes, and that, you know, they're not real bikers or whatever. Not sure why we're not really. I mean, we probably go out a lot more than they do on their bikes, but yeah, I don't know if anyone else rides a bike. Do you do the kind of the nod? I know in America you can kind of use your fingers to kind of gesture. Because you're driving on the other side and it's more natural. Take your hand off the brake. But here we need to do it with a sort of a nod. Like I said, when it was just sort of other delivery drivers, you used to get more nods, but once sort of the casual bikers came out, didn't get so many. How are you? Not too bad, how are you? Oh, there you go. Oh, I just got to get the code from you, I think. 78. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Enjoy your pizzas. All right. That's the first of this double order done. Now we do have a bit of a hike to the next one, which is, like I said, this one's really outside Sheffield. You're actually, I think, going out of Yorkshire into Derbyshire at this point. I've been down here a few times. The one nice thing is that when you do get to this place called Dromfield, you'll often get other orders pop up there, because I think it's a sort of a smallish village. See, there we go. If you look on the left there, it says welcome to the district of North East Derbyshire. So we have officially left Yorkshire now. When it was winter, I really didn't like coming this far out. It's freezing here and it took ages to get back, but you know, when the weather's like this, it's really not too bad, particularly if you've got a nice well-paying order. Life ain't half bad. Alright then, mate, how are you? Yeah, not too bad. There you go. Oh, do you have the code?
Yeah, 63.
63. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye. So there we go. 4 orders, 29 quid. That's an average of like 7 quid an order, which really isn't bad at all, is it? Alright, well, I'll keep Uber and Deliveroo on to see if any orders come through locally here. But I'll basically kind of start slowly making my way back into Sheffield and then wait to see if anything comes up along the way.